Hello, and thank you for the invitation. Thank you to the Black Loyalist Academic Conference of Knowledge and the Black Loyalist Heritage Center and Society. Let us conceive the power to make things happen and to produce change. I'd like to welcome people of all hues, indigenous to this land, Black, people of African descent, African Nova Scotian, African Canadian, African American, people of mixed descent, those with knowledge of self and those without. Welcome all languages and types, the general public, government, the education system, those abandoned, adopted, orphaned, fostered, stolen, and forgotten. At the Black Rose Nation, we offer teachings in civilization, freedom, justice, and equality. We offer teaching for those people who do not know their origin in this world, who are easily led in the wrong direction, but hard to lead into the right direction. We offer teachings in the pursuit of happiness to all the human family. Let us gain a clear perception of facts, truth, and duty, as we compare views and take counsel, as we look, listen, observe, and respect, with the philosophy of intent of mutual rewarding exchanges and civic engagements, as we farm this so-called Black culture. Through the farming of culture, we are cultivating the physical, financial, and mental health of our communities. Through social enterprise, community development, the nutrient cycle, the soil food web, and holistic sunshine management. We farm to transmit generationally. To be there, you've got to go there. To go there, you've got to know there, says Zora Neale Hurston, leader in the Black Harlem Renaissance. Joseph Drummond, local hero, says, we must rewrite our own history from our knowledge, our genesis, and be the final authority. Neale deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist, tells us that we are stardust brought to life by the universe so that the universe can figure itself out. We are made of the elements created in the fires burning at the heart of stars. Everything that makes the universe exist within the original human genome. At this Black Academic Conference of Knowledge, with knowledge being the foundation used to be reflected in actions and words. The foundation of life itself we will use to showcase and make aware the injuries, but also provide steps for repair. Self-administered repair of our environment that we live in, our culture we show and prove, our elders and heroes that we elevate. Culture farming strategies for repair. Please run this mental exercise with us to see areas for environmental repair. When was the last time we had a clean glass of drinking water? Untampered with, unbottled, unfiltered, unchlorinated, unozoned, and untraded on the futures market. When was the last time we had fresh, clean air? Through photosynthesis, surrounded by trees, surrounded by the natural flora and fauna, unair conditioned, unair purified, untampered, un-HVAC'd, and unpolluted. When was the last time we had fresh air, fresh water, freshly circulated throughout our entire body. When was the last time that we were grounded to Earth? The last time we connected to Mother Earth, literally plugged in, hands and feet, plugged into the Schumann resonance of the universe which you and I are from, not on rubber electric insulated shoes, not on rubber electric insulated tires, not on concrete electric insulated buildings, not on sidewalks, not on rubber playground coverings. And what about sunshine? When was the last time we received the required amount of hormone D? How do we calculate the amount of hormone D even required? Ask yourself, do we put covering over our tropical plants when they're in the sun to block the sun? Do we place full sun plants in shade? Do we put sunblock on plants? How would doing this affect the genetic potential of the plant? How would this affect the genetic potential in each one of us? How's our relationship to the air, water, earth, and sun? How's our respect for the air, water, earth, and sun? What is our relationship with the necessities of life, with the elements that we're from, that form us? What's our relationship with Mother Earth? Sally Walker of the Kingston Peninsula, where we're from, speaks to this relationship from the lens of 1903 in page 89 of the Neath. She writes, beautiful birds so gay and free, roaming under the sunny sky, warbling your songs in highest glee, beautiful birds that soar so high. Do you feel safe in nature? Are you scared of the forest? Do you feel safe swimming in a river or a brook? Are you scared of your women? How a culture interacts with Earth is reflective of its relations to its women. Self-administered repair of our environment.
Now please run this mental exercise with us to see areas for cultural repair. The earth and the elements provide the keys to activate our genome and unlock our genetic potential. And how we cultivate this is through culture farming. Through the nutrient cycle, the soil food web, the law of correspondence health practices, through our medicinal and cultural plants, animals, and minerals, how we interact with nature, our histories, languages, and traditions, our cultural philosophies, literatures, and names, our cultural institutions, our legal systems, and of course, land and resource. These are keys to unlock our genetic potential, the self-administered cultural repair. And the above is the United Nations academic parameters of living culture. Now, in academia, peer-reviewed materials are used to map and orientate current knowledge. So in the early 1900s, Abram Beverly Walker, a New Brunswick Black influencer who is peer-reviewed, says, the Negro problem and the philosophy of race development in the philosophy of race development from a Canadian standpoint requires close examination. The Negro problem and how to solve it for North American Blacks, the Black Rose Nation presented, peer-reviewed, says, we must love and protect our women. We are unfit until we protect our women. We are unrecognized until we protect our women. High education is unrecognized until we recognize our women. And lack of respect for oneself is a direct result of lack of respect for one's women. These peer-reviewed lessons are to apply pressure on our minds of our many errors in the past, and these lessons are to recognize strengths the past provides. Georgina Migo-Wetzel did not shy away from flexing power. In 1890, due to slander, she went on the offensive. She invited celebrated chemists, accompanied by reporters, to show and prove publicly that she would fight, defend, and correct lies racism attempted to perpetrate. Before this, in 1889, she challenged the moral compass of the community. The Daily Telegraph reported that the entire population turned out for the St. John Carnival. In that paper, Georgina wrote, "One noticeable feature in the St. John procession was the large part was taken up with the African caricatures in blackface, and always in the lowest and most degraded state." She concluded by declaring, "This may be a mark of culture and refinement for you, but pardon me if I don't think so." Georgina, a businesswoman, publicly and professionally challenged the colonizers' norms of the times. The Black Rose Nation would like to take this time to thank all of those who used their power to uplift, defend, and invest in Black. We thank you. Now, in order for Black to be Black, we must have definition. It must have culture. It must provide food, clothes, shelter, safety, and security in abundance that allows for sharing. What are actionable items in culture? Holidays. We farm the knowledge imparted through holidays or holy days, which are experiences worth remembering, which are experiences worth replicating, which ties us to our ancestral past, which educate, inform, and engage, and which recreate the best in ourselves to heal the psycho-spiritual and cultural self. Holy days, they heal mental health. Holy days refresh us biologically. And holy days stimulate, attenuate, activate, and direct power. When thinking of holy days, leading up to them, how do we prepare our temples? How do we clean it out with the foods, the activities, with the practices we do? How do we exfoliate our insides? How do we exfoliate the calcium buildup and improve our mental health? How do we exfoliate the chatter in our head, as our great community mother describes in her works, in her books, and her direct actions? Speaking of Dr. Mary Louise McCarthy Brandt. These are keys to unlock our genetic potential through self-administered cultural repair.
Now please run this mental exercise with us. To see our elders and heroes misrepresented and needing of repair. Celebration without respect is tokenism. We are 2024. Black History Month is common, is it not? Let us peer review Black History Month activities here and now at the Black Academic Conference of Knowledge. Have any of the spenders of the government monies surrounding Black History Month ever read the literature of Carter G. Woodson, the originator of the month? Books he wrote, like The Miseducation of the Negro, profound, specifically written for the purpose of re-education and the elimination of systemic racism. Now, we push Black History Month, but have we read none of the Black originators' writings? We raise the red, black, and green flag, but have we studied the works of Marcus Mosiah Garvey? We celebrate Martin Luther King in his 1963 speech, I Have a Dream. But have we studied what he said in the following 5 years of his life? We celebrate White Christmas, but have we understanding of how and why original peoples celebrated at this time? These peer review lessons are to apply pressure on our minds of our many errors in the past. These lessons are to recognize our strengths, shown to us through history. We gained much understanding already. Black Atlantic Canada was with the SNCC, Jim Foreman and Fannie Lou Hamer in 1965. In 1968, the Congress of Black Writers with Michael X, the Nation of Islam, Stokely Carmichael, and the Black Panthers. The National Black Economic Development Conference in 1969. Black Atlantic Canada was with the Freedom Farm Cooperative in 1969, was with the 1972 sit-in at the Black United Front to freshen up its behavior. Black on black for black.
That's right.
A CBC show named Black Insights in 1978. Black Atlantic Canada was with the 1980 Project ROPE, Real Opportunities Prison Employment, Black Inmates Society, and the Indian Brotherhood Project. In 1995, the Prude Speaks TV show, and in 2002, the Conference on Reparations in Halifax. Joseph Drummond, local hero and legend, says that we must rewrite our own history from our knowledge, our genesis, and be the final authority. We have the information and the resources, and we've gained much understanding already. White academic scholarship is not Black leadership, and the measuring stick for us is not them. Self-administered reparations are the only parameters, and this is what the Black Rose Nation farms. Frantz Fanon states, and you must read his works, that each person must ask him or herself 3 basic questions. Who am I? Am I really who I am? Am I all that I ought to be? These are keys to unlock our genetic potential. The self-administered elders and hero repair.
What we teach and what we will achieve with these cultural repair, well, we teach that Black people are the original people of the planet Earth. We teach that Black people are the fathers and mothers of civilization. We teach that mathematics is the key to understanding man's relationship to the universe. We teach that education should be fashioned to enable us to be self-sufficient as a people. We teach that each one should teach one according to their knowledge. We teach that our women and children are our link to the future, and they must be nurtured, respected, loved, protected, and educated. And we teach that the unified Black family is the vital building blocks of the nation. And we will achieve this through national consciousness, the awareness of our history, and work as one for all the people of the planet. What we will achieve is community control of education, economics, politics, media, and health. And what we will achieve is peace, the absence of confusion, and understanding between people for the benefit of the whole. Peace is our ultimate goal. And Professor James Small says,
learn your history
and remove that mystery.
And work your black magic.
I'm Father Naeem Allah.
And I am Tanya McPherson.
Peace in the Black Rose Nation. Yeah, that one better.
Yep.
1905.